Tens of thousands of revelers lined Darling Harbour and other viewing hotspots, while about 1.5 million people filled the harbour edge. Families on picnic blankets cheered and clapped along with others aboard luxury yachts. Sydney was one of the first major cities to ring in the new year. More than 1 billion people were expected to tune in worldwide to watch a party. Celebrations in Sydney dwarf rival cities. For example, only 100,000 attend Paris's fireworks, while 700,000 revelers will gather for festivities in London. Aussie pop princess Kylie Minogue was chosen as the Sydney event's creative ambassador, and when the ball dropped, she was honored with a one-of-a-kind, sparkling musical note firework. New Year's celebrations have also spread to the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. People braved the cold weather to mark the arrival of 2013, which on the DPRK's calendar is also known as Juche 102. Citizens gathered around the Kim Il-sung Square in the capital, Pyongyang, for the countdown to midnight. And when the clock struck 12, the cheering crowds were treated to a spectacular fireworks display. It was reportedly the country's first ever New Year's fireworks display. The New Year is also referred to as Juche 102 in the DPRK. Juche means self-reliance, the country's ideology of independence promoted by national founder Kim Il-sung, who was born 102 years ago.
About 10,000 people gathered at Boshinga Bell Pavilion in Seoul to celebrate the New Year, with the traditional ringing of the pavilion's huge bell. The event started with performances by South Korean music stars.
Year 2012 was very difficult for me. I want to forget about everything, and I hope to have good things next year. I wish everyone that hears my words to stay healthy. Happy New Year!
In Japan, the New Year was welcomed by hundreds of worshippers at the Zojoji Temple in central Tokyo. The Tokyo Tower, located immediately behind the temple, also illuminated a sign that read 2013. At the stroke of midnight, temple monks rang the bells to herald 2013, as people celebrated by paying their respects. In accordance with ancient Buddhist tradition, the bell tolled 108 times to cleanse the 108 sins and desires that people carry.
My aim for the year 2013 is to be more independent.
I turned 60 this year, so I wish to be in harmony and in good health next year.
A big countdown party was held in Thailand's capital, Bangkok. People gathered in front of Bangkok's Central World Shopping Complex to enjoy live performances by famous artists. The crowd then counted down to the new year and enjoyed a spectacular fireworks show. Other countdown events were also held in cities across Thailand, including Chiang Mai, Pattaya, and Phuket. Miranda Lin, CCTV.
I wish my brand new fashion line will make lots of beautiful clothes for Chinese girls.
I hope that the economy will get better next year and my business in import and export will have a steady growth.
I want to star in many movies next year.
Next year, I want to be taller and prettier than last year.
I usually think too much, so this year I will follow my intuition more.
I want all people in Thailand to love each other.
To create a website about Pakistan. The site will show the world that Pakistan does not support terrorism and believes in love and peace.
On a side note, I do intend on losing some weight in next year. 2013, bring it on.
For the new year, I wish all our wishes come true and good luck for everyone.
Next year, I want peace.
My new resolution for 2013 is to bring about a positive change in the world. I have a secret plan, but I can't tell you about it just yet.
Best of, for our kids, for our people.
Security and prosperity for Egypt, of course, and inshallah everything stabilizes and goes back to the norm.
I have expectation to have a good leader, elected and democratically free and fair.
2013, we expected to get new readers which can make us go ahead to be somewhere.
My New Year resolution is that you
find true love.
My New Year's resolution is that I am going to be the kindest elf in the world.
Next year I will try to make everyone happy.
My resolution is to make as many people as happy as I can.
And at 85 I don't need a New Year's resolution.
My New Year's resolution is not to be on television.
You know, enjoying life a little more.
My resolution is to do at least some exercise every day.
To not lose my phone so I can get a new one.
Happy New Year's! I don't really have any New Year's resolutions because I never stick to them.
Happy New Year! In 2013 I'm gonna be less stressed.
Happy New Year! My New Year's resolution is to get fitter.
Happy New Year! And at 85 I don't need a New Year's resolution.
Happy New Year! My New Year's resolution is to continue the fight for socialism in Britain and for a socialist society.
好的，非常棒！你说你能骑着他的什么篷车是吗？对，骑着篷车走遍大江南北，好有勇气！哎呀，我听着你的愿望，我现在浑身都已经在冒热气儿了，太热了，能量已经被激活到了，应该说是50%了。我们接下来要再看一下下一位朋友，你的新年愿望。
我好嗨，我们再一起来一遍。
我们再来一个，你的新年愿望是什么？行。
L'année 2013 étend son empreinte à travers le globe. À Moscou, c'est traditionnellement sur la place rouge que les badauds viennent assister aux cérémonies. Les Russes dépensent en moyenne 7500 roubles, environ 185 €, pour le dîner de la Saint-Sylvestre. Mais c'est sans doute à Dubaï que l'on peut s'offrir les festivités les plus luxueuses en admirant les feux d'artifice de la plus haute tour du monde. Ici, les touristes dépensent entre 400 et 2000 € la nuit. Plus tôt, c'est Hong Kong qui inaugurait la nouvelle année avec un festival étincelant de 8 minutes sur le front de mer, sur fond de gratte-ciel, acclamé par quelques 100 000 personnes. Au Japon, loin des feux d'artifice, les cloches des temples de tout le pays ont retenti 108 fois, comme le veut la tradition nippone. À Sydney, devant des centaines de milliers de personnes, la chanteuse Kylie Minogue a finalisé le décompte sur la célèbre baie australienne.
Now, in Europe, people are making their New Year's wishes, and plenty of them have their fingers crossed that things will be a little less tight in 2013. And as one part of Europe managed to survive the financial storm, they are still forking out for others' failures. RT's man in Berlin, Peter Oliver, sums up what Europe has been through in 2012.
We've certainly been kept busy here in Europe, in Berlin, based with regards to the Eurozone crisis. It is really the place where every major issue has been decided or voted against. Basically, the decision is that Angela Merkel wants to keep the Eurozone intact, and she's been doing her best to make sure that that happens. And I mean, we've been following that throughout the year. We've also seen the effects of it, not just seeing the decisions that are made here in Germany, but the effects that they have on countries like Greece. We were down in Athens, we were in Thessaloniki, where we've witnessed the decisions that are made by the more successful Eurozone countries, what they're having on those poorer countries like Greece, like Italy, like Spain, and the, well, unfortunate results of the financial crisis on everyday people. At times uplifting to see the public spirit of people that can come out from all across the spectrum of society. We saw teachers marching with coal miners. If you could pick a part of society, then they were there. It was also, I have to say, quite frightening at times, and we were in Athens for the last demonstrations. They had a 48-hour strike towards the end of 2012, and yeah, the way that the demonstration turned from being obviously people voicing their opinions, it turned from that into a, well, urban war zone in a matter of minutes. There is a real anger there, and that's visible in the violence that is sprung up from these demonstrations.